Good morning to everyone. So today we are going to see about cuttage. What do you mean by cuttage? So normally we know the plants will propagate by from seeds, isn't it? That is a normal propagation. But some of the plants, the seeds don't have the viability to propagate, or the seeds will have been in a very long dormant period. So at that time we have to go for the other method of propagation. And that another methods of propagation, it is the one method, it is the asexual type of reproduction, or what you call it as the vegetative method of reproduction. The vegetative method of propagation means it can be propagated by the other type of the plants, that is the vegetative part of the plant, that is from the stem or the root or the leaf, that can be used as a propagation method. That is from the stem you can arrange the whole plant. And the benefit of this method of propagation is you will get the Xerox copy or clones of the plant. That is, whatever the parent plant is having, the same genetic type will come out. Okay, but when you go for the seed propagation, that during the formation of seeds, that during the meiosis may occur, and there may be any genetic variation, and all these type of and the seeds may be formed by cross pollination or self pollination. So the same as such, the character of the parent cannot be get in the individual of the next generation. But here in vegetative propagation, it will be as such you will get. So it is like a clonal propagation, we call it in the other term, clonal or vegetative propagation. So here what we can use, it is the detachment of any vegetative plant from the parent, the vegetative part. So you can see here in the picture, so it is the stem, it has been taken and it has to be kept under the soil or any rooting medium. It is not compulsory to keep in the soil, it can be of any type of rooting medium. So now the plants will undergo the rooting. Now the whole plant will develop, and that is from the parent plant, the new plant will be having the same genetic character as such as of the parent plant. So there may be of root cutting, stem cutting, leaf cutting and leaf bud cutting. Okay. Now come out in the type of stem cutting itself. So we all know what is a stem, it is the part of the shoot system, isn't it? Okay. The stem may be a hardwood or a semi-hardwood or a softwood or a herbaceous cutting. So from the term itself we can understand the hardwood means the wood, it is a highly woody nature, and the semi hardwood, it has been not been lignified. In softwood cutting the wood is very soft. In herbaceous cutting you can see under your herbaceous plant, that is the stem is very much of watery in nature. Okay. So the thing how you have to make a cut, in the image you can see the cut has to be in a slanting position. Then only the inner vascular tissues, the xylem, phloem, it won't be get damaged, and the plant will be as such, it will be able to grow. You can see in the image, so it has been done a slant cutting, and it has been again replaced here with two leaves on the top side. There won't be any leaf at the bottom, the cutting can be taken like that, but there should be two leaves. Then only the leaves will undergo the process of photosynthesis, and so the plant will get the enough amount of food, then it will start its rooting medium. At the last we can see what are the environmental condition it is needed for a plant to grow. Okay. So it should be prepared for a hardwood cutting you can grow in your grapes or roses, that we all know, isn't it, the rose. Should be prepared from 2 years or still older one. The cutting should be 15 to 25 centimeter long with 2 to 3 centimeter strength, and the basal end should be slant just below the basal node. So basal end at the bottom it should be of a slant one, and basal node, you know the nodal region, from there alone the new leaf bud will arise. So the top end should be straight and to 2-3 centimeter above the last node, the upper node 2 to 3 centimeter above, and the plant the cuttings in the rooting medium with or without leaves, but with the leaves it will be better. Of about 3/4 of the length of the stem should be buried under the soil or any rooting medium. So now you can see in the image, it is a type of hardwood cutting. In the image itself you can see how the wood is hard, isn't it? And now you can see the leaf bud has been arranged only from the nodal region, not from the top of the stem. You should note, not from the top position it won't arise. Only from the nodal region new leaf buds will be arised, and now the plant will be grown. So from each stem you can see so many buds will be arised, and each will be, and now each stem part plant will be the new plant. Okay. The next type It is your semi hardwood cutting, and you can see it in your Doranta and hibiscus and crotons. And hibiscus, it is the Doranta, the first image it is the Doranta plant, and see, and it is the hibiscus. Hibiscus you can see most semi hardwood cutting and hardwood cutting also, and it is mostly an evergreen species, and it has to be taken during the summer, that is after it has been blossomed. And partially matured wood where new shoots just flesh. That is the important thing. Hardwood and semi hardwood, it is a partially matured wood. Hardwood, it is the matured wood, and here the leaf should be retained on the top side. In hardwood we just see whether the leaf should be retained on the top side or not, the better it has to be on the top side, but here it should be on the top side, and it should be of an partially matured wood. And one more thing you have to note down, you can see where new shoots just flesh. The plant, it is a normal mechanism which will be undergone during the growth of the plant. The plant will undergo its vegetative growth, that is in an annual plant. Then after the vegetative growth has been stopped, it will start its reproductive stage. But when you go for the perennial plants, the plants will each day, it will undergo the vegetative stage, and after it undergo the reproductive stage. You can observe in your house itself, when you brought a rose plant from anywhere, from any hill station or anywhere, then you keep it in the soil in your area, if the first the plant, it will start its blossom, the plant will blossom all the flowers, you will be very much happy, yeah, all the flowers will be blossomed. So, but it is wrong, because when the plant will blossom means, if the plant is not adapted to this soil condition and this environmental condition, it will stop its vegetative growth and it will start its reproductive flowering stage. Okay. The best thing, if the plant will adapted to its environmental condition, mean it shouldn't started its flowering stage, it will just start up its blossoming leaf. Okay. Now we come for the softwood or greenwood cutting, that is why the term jasmine, and here also you will come under the hibiscus, because some of the hibiscus plant it won't have the hardwood. From woody plants, it is the prior to lignification, when tissues are relatively soft tissues. It should in the plant shouldn't be get more matured, or you should take the branches which is not yet matured. Should have some degree of flexibility. You can see the image itself, how the stem is, and should break when bent sharply, and the roots will develop faster when compared to the hardwood and semi hardwood cutting. In the softwood cutting, the roots will develop very faster, and also it required more attention, or else the stem will be get spoiled very fast. Okay. Now you come for the herbaceous cutting. So it is the chrysanthemum. So from succulent herbaceous plants prior to lignification, so here no woody tissues will be formed. But in the before it's softwood cutting, there is some type of wood will be formed in the matured plant. But here the stem won't be ever be woody. So the roots will be developed in a very shorter period. Okay. Now you come for the leaf cutting. So here you can see the bryophyllum and sansevieria. The first two images, it is a bryophyllum. You can see from the leaf, that is the leaf. You can see a new plant from each of its lobe. You can see the new plant. Then it is the sansevieria, that is it is your normal snake plant. Here you should cut the long tapering leaf into 5 to 8 centimeter long. Then insert 3/4 length in the sand. Then you can see the new plants will be developed easily. It will grow faster. It won't need more amount of attention, or it won't need more amount of water or anything. Very easily it can be carried out. The next one, it is the leaf bud cutting. So here the leaf bud, petiole and short piece of stem which is attached to the axillary bud can be used. The axillary bud will give rise to the shoot, and roots will be initiated from the short end of the basal end of the stem. And here it is the plant camellia. Okay. Now, what is the regeneration of plants from cutting? What are the conditions which are needed for the plants to regenerate from just the cutting? First, the food supply. The plant should have high supply of carbohydrates to low nitrogen. It will aid the rooting, because you no need. And one more thing, the outside we can see there is from the nodal region a small bud will be emerged out. But what is understood means that is only after the roots have been developed under the soil, the plant will be start its blossom. That is its mechanism that we don't know. Because when we observe outside, morphologically we can see the leaf bud will arise, but before the arise of the leaf bud, the plant has to be start its root. So the first thing has to be the development of root. So the development of roots, it need high amount of carbohydrate. And age of the stalk plant, that is the adventitious roots, formation of adventitious roots. The adventitious roots, that is the roots which has been developed other than from the radicle. It will be increases with the increasing age of the cuttings. Then the foliage of cuttings, that is large photosynthetic area, that is what I told. Better you should keep too leafy on the upper side of the stem, because then only the plant, the leaf will undergo the photosynthesis process, more amount of food will be produced, more amount of carbohydrate will be produced, that will initiate rootings. So that there will be the formation of root will be in a short period. Then the vegetative wood, the cuttings will be root easier and faster. And the growth regulators that are needed, it is the NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, and IBA, it is indobutyric acid, and 2,4-2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. In other words, they are all related to your auxin. So that is the main growth hormone which promote the root formation. Okay. Then next, what are the environmental conditions? The water relationship, the softwood and herbaceous with the leaves. It should be withering or wilting. It will reduce the transpiration rate. It should be without withering. The leaf shouldn't be fall down, okay, or it shouldn't be wilt out, because the leaf has to undergo the process of photosynthesis that will allow food, give food for the formation of root. Then vapor pressure of water in the atmosphere around the leaves should equal to the vapor pressure in the intercellular spaces within the leaf. That is, the environment shouldn't be very much dry. It should be of some amount of humidity. Then the temperature, in daytime it should be of 21 to 27 degree, and night it should be of 15 degree. Then the light, that is more important for the production of auxin in plants, and that alone will initiate the root. So the most important when you are keeping the cutting or cutting of the stem, it may be of hardwood, semi-wood, herbaceous, or whatever the thing, but it should get enough amount of light, that is more amount of auxin should be produced, then only the root will be initiated. Okay, thank you all of you. Come to a conclusion that during cuttage, with the help of cuttage, that the plants which are not having the capable to undergo the propagation through seedling can be propagated very easily by this method. Thank you. We can see in the next class.